Hello guys, welcome to another mobility video. This week's session is going to be slightly different from my previous videos in that we're actually going to be doing a foam rolling session as opposed to a stretching and mobility session. So obviously you're going to need a foam roller and a ball of some sort. So a hockey ball is quite good. There are specialist foam rolling balls. It could be a tennis ball as well. Not too fussy on what it is. We're just going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. Okay, to start with, just going to get the whole body moving, get everything going. So we'll start with squat and a reach. You're going to squat down just as far as you can and then reach up. And foam rolling does have a lot of different names. Some people might call it self-massage, myofascial release is another one. I just call it foam rolling. Bread and butter kind of guy, meat and tatties, why give something a fancy name? Make it seem more high tech than it is. Okay, give your shoulders a few circles. Go elbow circles as well. Just get everything moving. And little neck rolls. If you are going to be foam rolling, it is important to actually warm up before you do it to some degree. You might need to warm up during the foam rolling workout as well. You might cool down slightly because it's not high activity. Okay. On your mat, we're going to go for a few downward facing dogs. So, legs straight, feet together, push your hips up and head in between your elbows, and then come forward into press up position, down and push up. Squeeze your butt, feel a nice stretch right the way down the front of your body. And then back into a downward facing dog. And forward and down. Your shoulders pulled back as you do this. We'll go for two more. And last one. Okay. We're going to grab our foam roller and we're going to start from the ankle and work up. This is a full body foam rolling session, so you can take parts of it or you can follow along and do the full thing, totally up to yourself. Very straightforward to begin with, starting just above your Achilles tendon, one leg on at a time or one lower leg on at a time, cross the other foot over, your butt staying on the ground, using the opposite leg to apply pressure downwards onto the foam roller. You're just going to roll back and forth. If you're finding it's really tight, you can take that leg off to ease the pressure, pushing down a little bit. What you're going to do is find a tight point. Now, it's not taking me long to find them. Calves are always one of the worst body parts for me. You might want to rotate your ankle in to out, see if it makes a difference and if you can find more of these tender sort of knotted points. Once you find one, just sort of stay on it, pulsing up and down. A good point whilst you're foam rolling is try not to hold tension and not hold your breath. It's the same as if you're stretching. If you tense up, it'll make it worse. If you relax, which is difficult, it will loosen off and improve. Okay, take 2 nice deep big breaths in and slowly breathe out. Okay, now hopefully that point should have loosened off, so just work a little bit further up. Spend as much time as you need trying to find these tight points. Once you've found one, another thing that you can do is go for toe points. So 10 toe points. Remember to keep the breathing going. And then go for 10 ankle circles as well. And you'll find that at a certain point in the movement you maybe feel that tender point a little bit more, and then as you maybe contract your calf and pull your toes towards your face, it gets a little bit better. We'll work a little bit further up. And for me, the majority of my tight sort of tender points seem to be at the lower end of my leg. It gets better as I get further up. And these tender points, you'll quite often hear them called trigger points. That's something that's kind of industry standard and amongst masseurs, physios, people who are familiar with foam rolling. Okay, we'll swap legs. Again, just maybe go up and down once or twice. Feel it out, see how it feels. Not too much pressure to start with. Big movements to begin. Then, once you've done that, we'll go for the cross. You may find that one side's different from the other, better or worse, or you feel it in different places. That's absolutely fine. I've said this a few times, but humans don't normally move symmetrically. We all have little asymmetries and differences from side to side. There we go, that's me found a point. And for the purposes of this video, I'm probably rushing this a little bit, even though it seems like we're spending quite a little bit of time on each leg or arm or each limb. If you're doing this at home, to be honest, it's better to take, up to 5 minutes per muscle. We'll go for the 2 nice deep breaths, breathing in, slowly breathe out, and in, and out. Okay, if that's started to ease off, we'll find a new trigger point. If you're still finding that's tender, stay on it for as long as you need. And we'll go for the ankle points this time. That's a bit tighter there for me. Okay, then we'll go circles. And obviously you can control just how much downward pressure you're putting on it. So if you're really tight, you might not need much. You won't need your leg crossed over at all. If you don't find it too difficult at all, you can put pressure down like that. And if you're feeling really brave, you can lift your hips off the ground so that even more of your body weight's been taken on the foam roller, working deeper into the tissue. Okay, we'll just work a little bit further up. Superb. Okay, give your calves a wee slap and a shake. We're going to move on to our quads. So before I like to start rolling a body part, I just want to make sure it's warm, even though we've done a warm up. So I just quite often give it a wee Shaking her up in a slap. And swap legs, same thing. Right, we're going to set our foam roller horizontal to our body. We're going to shuffle so we're off centre. Just one of our quads is on it, so we're starting above our knee, finishing below our hip. Generally speaking, with foam rolling, you never roll across joints. So, on like that, on our elbows, and it's the same thing. You might want to take a couple nice quick rolls up and down, and then we're just going to start working into tight points we find. And on your quad, you might want to angle your knee outward so you're rolling the inside, or angle inward so you're rolling the outside. Now that will probably be pretty tough. And same thing. Finding these tight points, spending a bit of time to working at them, remembering our breathing. And the first time you do foam rolling, you'll probably find this absolute agony, I won't lie. It never gets pleasant. I've been doing this for quite a while now and it's still not enjoyable, but it's a lot better than when I first did it. And to be honest, it could be a combination of doing foam rolling, stretching and just moving better. As I've gotten older, I've gotten smarter with regards to my training. I am in so much less pain than I used to be. I used to have really sore knees when I was in my 20s, well, in my early 20s, in my teens, and in my late 20s, I generally feel pretty much bulletproof. And I think it's just because I'm smarter, and I wish I had taken these aspects of my training more seriously when I was younger. I just think it's left a lot of potential unfilled that I'll never really know how good I could have been in certain aspects of my sports career, I suppose. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll go for some muscle contractions whilst we're on this. So find a tight part and then pull in heel towards our butt. We'll go for 10 contractions. Hold the last one and just give a little wriggle up and down. Whew. Okay, we'll swap sides. Same thing on this leg. Spending a bit of time going up and down, full length of the muscle. And then we're going to try and work in on some of these trigger points. The frequency for foam rolling, whilst I don't know exactly what the literature says, I've not looked into it in that much depth, I would probably say, like anything, maybe once to thrice a week. I read about quite a lot of athletes who either get massages or foam roll up to 3 times a week for recovery. Can foam rolling be combined with stretching? Yes, 100%. It's probably better to do your foam rolling before your stretches or during. It looks like if you do that, you're able to stretch further, which you might not be able to have done if you hadn't foam rolled. Okay, and we'll go for muscle contractions. That's not pleasant. Good. Okay, so we're going to move on to more the inside of our quad and our hip. So instead of having our roller horizontal to ourselves, we're going to have it vertical. You're on your elbows, similar position, starting just above your knee and finishing in at your hip, like so. And just you can use your arm to push down if you're finding that you need more pressure on the joint, or on the muscle, sorry. Just rolling up and down. And you'll probably find this is most intense at the start and the end of the limb. So this muscle here, the teardrop shaped muscle of your quad, you'll probably find quite a lot of tight trigger points in there. So spend a bit of time, make sure you're working on them thoroughly. And then just start working further up towards the hip. And once you're in at the groin, you'll maybe find quite a few tender points in your hip adductors. Which I don't seem to be finding too much of on this side, but I know my right hand side will be worse. And I know that there's some claims as well that massage helps drain out waste products from your lymphatic system. I don't know how credible those claims are, but I would imagine that foam rolling would share similar claims if they are true, to help, circulate waste products, which can help with recovery. Again, I don't know the credibility of those claims, I don't know whether they're true or not. It's probably something that is still being debated in amongst academics. Okay, we're going to swap legs now. Working in, finding those tight points, just spending a bit of time on them until they loosen off. If you're finding that I'm moving too fast through this as well, I would absolutely encourage you to pause the video and take a little bit longer if there's anything that you feel needs extra attention or a little bit more time. Or maybe you're just wishing that I would move faster, get it over and done with. I'm going to start working a little bit closer into our hip, which instantly I can feel that there's a lot more tightness there than on my left hand side. Okay, good. Right, we're going to grab our ball now, and I have no doubt that there's going to be cursing for me in this next one. We're going to do a piriformis, or roller piriformis, which isn't pleasant. So, you're going to set the ball under your butt, hands behind you like so, foot up like that, cross one leg over it, and I'm not putting any weight on yet, just use your arms to control how much of your weight you're putting down onto the ball. And roll around in there, and it won't be long till you find pretty horrible, tight, tender points. And yeah, that's not pleasant. Try and keep your breathing controlled. And you might not even need to move around on it, to be honest. As it starts to loosen off and give, maybe put a little bit more pressure on. You'll notice I'm sort of on the outside of my glute. You can go right onto your glute muscle, that's fine, but it won't be your piriformis that you're working on. You're like out there on the outside of it. To be honest, one of the harder points of that as well is your arms will get quite tired holding up, so you might need to take little breaks, go for a few sets of it, maybe in sets of 1 minute or so, but we'll swap sides. And I've had a few people asking about some stretches or some exercises they can do for their piriformis. This is a good one. Just keeping the breathing going, nice deep breaths. Let yourself relax. Okay. Good. Okay. We'll grab our foam roller again. We're going to move into upper body stuff now. Starting with our foam roller, flat, horizontal to our body. We're going to put our back on the roller. It's going to be our upper back, so I don't really want your lower back going over the foam roller. It's probably not ideal for your back to do that. So just starting slightly below your shoulder blades. Make sure you're nice and square. Hands in your chest, and just go for a couple of rolls up and down. Now for some of you who maybe aren't so flexible or are really tight, this could be enough. For a lot of us, that's not too challenging at all. So we'll go hands overhead like this. Just go for maybe 6. Nice big passes up and down. And then trying to settle somewhere around our shoulder blades. Find a sort of tight point. You might want to put your hips down. We're just going to go for 10 thoracic extensions. Good. Now I find with that one, there's only so long you can do it for because your neck starts to get tired, so again, if you want, you might want to do multiple sets of that. We'll go on to our last body part now. We're going to roll in our lats, so lats starting just underneath your armpits and finishing like way down in your lower back, but we're going for the meaty part there. So foam roller horizontal on the ground. You can have your hand up or out like that. It doesn't matter too much. And you're just pressing down. And again, I don't find this as bad as I used to. I remember it being absolutely horrendous to begin with, so don't worry if it is quite brutal. You might want to alter the angle that you're leaning on the roller. Just go till you find tight parts. There we go. Once you're in there, you might want to go for 10 sort of arm raises. I'm just going to stay in it, wiggle around a little bit. And if you want to make this tougher, which I don't know why you would need to, but you might want to, you can cross one foot in front of the other, lift your hips up like that, and it is more than enough. Your full body weight in the roller. Okay, we'll go for 2 nice deep breaths. Just let yourself relax and go heavy as you do. Good. Just give that a wee rub in there and we'll swap sides. Ooh, there's a bit of difference there. That's a lot worse on this side. Just rolling up and down, trying to find those trigger points. And it's important to think about foam rolling as a tool in a box. It's not a cure, it's not a silver bullet. It won't cure any physiological issues you've been having, whether that's, you know, tendinitis, torn muscles, things like that. But it can help manage your recovery, or it can help manage pain sometimes. But it's just important to be aware that you can do too much of it. It's not, like I said, a silver bullet, it's not a cure-all, it's not snake oil. So just be aware of that. It's a tool to be employed. It can help with your recovery in general. It can help in recovery and treatment of injuries, but it also won't cure injuries. It's not a, like I said, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to these types of things, which is important. Good. Okay, hopefully you feel quite good after you get over the initial shock of how painful that is. It's really good to follow up your foam rolling sessions with some stretching or mobility, so I'll link one of those in there. If you've got the time, feel free to do it. Like I said, it's a tool in a box, and hopefully that'll give you some information on how you can use it a little bit better. Thank you very much, guys. Matty Vibe out.